actually have to collect the keys to get to 100%? I was just going to leave them on the map because I duplicated keys, but I think I need to actually collect them.
Oh.
See, I duplicated keys, sequence breaking the game, so I thought, well, I could beat the game without any keys sitting up there in the upper right. Did that? Yeah, that increased the percent. Yeah, I gotta get the keys. So, I guess I'm gonna perpetually be at 3 keys because I duplicated them. There we go, that puts me at 99%. I'm still missing something in this area. What am I missing? Uh-oh, I'm at a 99%. Toot the alarms.
It's awful. Is that dark in there? Like, see, you can't tell is because the map, trying to be all realistic, naturally gets dimmer and brighter, but that really causes confusion when you're trying to figure out where you haven't been. No?
I think I've been here.
You see, I was thinking that area too.
I have an idea. I'm gonna have to do a loop circuit around this whole area, though, around where you get charge jump.
They really should have made it so that, like, it's not based on actually being in that really specific section, but being in a large room just counts as uncovering the whole room. Rather than making sure, like, oh, you didn't go to this really specific, useless corner of the room. Like, ugh. Like, see, this whole room, just entering it, should have instantly just filled the whole room out on the map.
Mm-hmm. I'm surprised this doesn't actually show
like,
on the map.
See directly to the left of you right now, there's like a little bump in that in that bigger area. Is that dark? See, like, you can't even tell.
I suppose I could double check, because that is this area up here.
Like, yeah. Like, see...
I don't think it counts.
See how there's still a little bump to the right of you? But yeah, maybe not.
Oh, this little bump over here. Yeah, that's the area under the tree that I'm in right now.
Very nice, very nice.
No. Oh boy, I apologize, everyone in the audience. We gotta find our missing gray area. Did I miss a gray area up at the top of the world? It doesn't look like it. It looks like I have the whole top of the world. It's not like I'm missing
is that it?
Collectible.
Go see the part where you, zoom in. And to the right, see, at the bottom right now. The part on the left where, like, the yellow part that goes upwards, at the bottom though, and there's like a right crevice that doesn't look like it's completely filled in.
I can head back down there in a sec here. Let's complete this loop first. Yeah, I have no interest in Rabbids, Mario X Rabbids.
I don't know how they ever got so popular. It's kind of like the Minions from Despicable Me. It's like, okay, they're kind of neat in the movie, but I don't understand why you're so popular.
I went to go actually see the actual Minions movie, and I thought it was okay, but I also wondered, why is this so popular? Yeah. I don't understand. I guess it's really easy to turn a minion into a toy, is probably why it's so popular. If I had to guess the rationale behind that, it's like, this is very easily marketable as a toy. I mean, it's a minion, it's, you know, orange thing and whatnot. Oh, there's no lasers up this way.
Yeah, the part that I was talking about was actually downwards.
I'll head back downward. Just because I don't think I've shown it off in the Let's Play. Top of the world. If you try to jump off the top of the world, laser of death! Oh, that reverted me back here.
Weird.
I didn't save him quite a bit. I personally think that's funny that you just get smitten for trying to jump off the top of the world, so.
Nope, still downwards.
So, further downwards, okay. This is about the entrance to...
See, now to the right. So down, yeah, and then here, in there.
This little crevice that I'm in right now?
No? See, it's definitely darker than the rest of the map, though. That's kind of BS. So like I said, I would say go downwards and then try the crevice on the left, too, just because, I mean, it couldn't hurt.
Oh, I found it. I found it. You see this little dark area here, this tunnel?
There it is.
That's it. That's what I'm missing. That's what I'm missing. It's this stupid little tunnel. Okay. Okay.
But on
I
a
found
map
it.
that
I found it.
But on a map with colors that fluctuate so greatly, it's like, ugh. There should be a way, like something that you select, which causes the areas you haven't visited in to be highlighted in some way, so that there's no question about it. But very good.
Found it. Oh man, yeah, that was a tiny little tunnel. That is like completely unnecessary. All right, we are actually almost done with our collection. We will just have to complete basically the Mount Koru area, including the little bit that's in Hollow Grove. So, and then we'll be done with our 100% completion, everybody.
But overall, kind of to come back and maybe put a conclusion to our E3 discussion. E3 used to be that magical time of year, man. It was like Christmas in June. Everybody would gather around. Everyone would talk about the console wars. Who's gonna win this one? Everyone would no matter what was going on, you would be at your computer to watch those presentations. And I guess it's just another thing about us getting older, maybe. Or maybe there's just not as much to be excited about in gaming these days, that it's definitely lost a lot of that charm. But I guess the more I look at it, the more, there was a lot more charm to gaming as a kid. Before, every single rumor could just instantly be confirmed on the internet, and, half the fun of Pokemon Blue was thinking that there was Bill's Secret Garden, and Pika Blue and all that. Thinking that the SSN came back if you played for 100 hours. Those were magical memories that weren't even part of the game, but they were just such good memories that I had, even though they ended up being false. Just the fact that they existed was a lot of fun. So, I mean, I guess it's just a part of getting older and, the modernization of gaming. It's not ever going to be like it used to be again, but at least I have those memories, I guess. How do you feel about E3? Do you think that it's just not as exciting as it used to be, or do you think that maybe, it's just not something that you get as excited about anymore?
Not something I get as excited about anymore. Anyway, this rock decided not to move. Well, thankfully I was able to jump out of the way. Will I just have to push the rock into the log here? What am I going to have to do? Okay, just push the rock into the log. Okay, good.
Huh.
For a second I got worried that I might not be able to 100% complete, and I'm like, uh-oh, did I lock myself out? That would be sad. I could have restored my backup save where I 100% into the game and have been like, this is what the game looks like when you 100% into the game, but still. That actually had me concerned that I sequence broke the game so bad I can't 100% it anymore. Okay, good. Instead, we're in this area with water that's actually boiling hot that instantly kills us if we go into it. Even worse than the poison water. It's instant death water. Hey man, that's 100% of Hollow Grove. So yeah, that just means that we have the final area of the game to do properly, Mount Koru. Cool. I think there's definitely a point to the idea that when you get older, I guess it's rationally understanding how game development works, how anybody can make a leak, especially in the age of Photoshop. I get learning about the world, and it's like, oh, I guess you learn things aren't magic anymore. And I think that's actually the argument to make here, is back then it felt like things are magic. You didn't know how a video game worked, that it was a computer, executing instructions, going through a processor or whatnot. You're just like, it's Mario, I can jump and whatnot.
Yeah, the mystery element, I mean, to me, definitely not so much the technical side, but I mean, being the computer pro, I definitely see that comes into play for you. But just nothing being super concrete and not, having that feeling of, okay, this is a game and this is this and these are the secrets, and now there's DLC if I want more characters and such. Thinking that Luigi was hidden in Mario 64 somewhere, or just the fact that's why Nintendo Power was so great, because you could read it and you could you couldn't just go online and search these things up. You would hear about the new games coming out. There would be sections talking about games that were released in Japan that never came to North America. There was just so much, you would find out secret codes and things in video games that you wouldn't find out anywhere else. There was just so much cool information in there, but then eventually Nintendo Power just becomes, something you could read anywhere online. There was nothing unique about it. It was just another generic, oh yeah, look at these new releases coming out next month. Great, I could have read that on any video game website ever. So, I mean, everything used to come together and make video games feel really special, and like this thing that You know, it wasn't just all over the place. Maybe part of the problem is, you know, the mainstream, the fact that video games have become so mainstream that they don't feel as special anymore. I don't know. It felt more special when, you know, you were a rebel instead of reading those novels that, you know, the only useful way to spend your time is to go home and read books. I was playing video games all day.
I think there's an argument of discovery I'm going to make here, like I made in our last part of, you know, Sequence Break, or in the Blind Force Definitive Edition. It could have been, say, 10 years after Super Mario Brothers came out in, 1995. You know, and the game came out in '85, and you could have found out for the first time that when you hold, I think it's Start and press A after getting a game over, you return back to the world you got a game over on instead of going all the way back to World 1. And that would have been a discovery and a new thing about a game, you know, 10 years old that you found out about. I think there's a lot less of that nowadays. For sure. I remember a discussion about when Pokemon Go very first came out, about how this is exciting because people are theorizing about certain parts of the game, and because, you know, it's an online game that's controlled by Niantic, you know, there's secrets here that you can't say for sure we know about or not. And just the fact that you could be the first one to discover something new or whatnot was really cool. Nowadays, you know, we have a website called the Sliff Road that basically goes, finds all the nests in the game, which is basically hotspots for specific Pokemon to spawn. And it's just like, well, are you looking for, say, a Charmander? Find one. There's probably one within 100 miles of you, a nest of Charmanders. I have not traveled 160 to 100 miles to play Pokemon Go, though. Although I will admit, there's the one time, there's a park, not super close, but within reasonable driving distance away from me, not too far away. That was a Charmander nest once that I went to get a whole bunch of Charmander candy for Pokemon Go. So, and I'm still working off that Charmander candy. While I don't play Pokemon Go all too much, I still get the Pokemon of the Day, Pokestop of the Day bonuses whenever I can. I have a Charizard that is near perfect IVs. It's 15, 14, 15. It's like, oh, so close to perfect, but not quite.
Is there, like, does perfection even exist? Wow.
Yes. So Pokemon Go, there's 3 IV values: attack, defense, and HP. And they can be a value anywhere between 0 and 15. So I have a Charizard that has 15 attack, 14 defense, 15 HP for its IVs. So it's near perfect.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, as you mentioned with Nintendo Power, it's like you could learn and discover things about your games that you would have, for all intents and purposes, never have found out playing the game. Like, stuff that you would have to do so many inconceivable things to even find on your own. So I feel like changing Ori's color, so I'm going to quick do that actually. 93%.
Almost there.
We've actually been recording almost for 2 hours.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, we got a green Ori now. Yeah, it's always a random color, so if you want a specific color, you have to keep trying the code until you get something different. I got the 2. Oh, I'm missing something. Shoot, there's a secret up there I missed. Haha, thank goodness I got all the abilities unlocked, including the map ones. Need to make sure I get everything. Yeah, Ori different color. The color doesn't go through the transitions. So, how you can tell this is a cheat code. Things don't work quite right. But yeah, I definitely remember the Pokemon rumors, because this is back in the day, I guess before Pokemon Go, that I was into Pokemon, because I was one who played Pokemon Yellow at the time. And I remember the rumors about getting 99 Master Balls, which was actually real.
I couldn't believe it, you know. Out of all these fake rumors, when someone told me about Missing No, I'm like, there's no way that one's real.
Mm-hmm. But then it's actually real, and then you have 99 Master Balls, and it's like, well, now you can go catch whatever legendaries in your game, you know, easily. You don't have to worry about it, and then you can also get Mewtwo using the Master Ball. You don't have to pick and choose.
But see, I was one of the people who used my Master Ball before finding out about that in Pokemon Blue, so I was really disappointed.
But yeah, I believe there was an announcement that there was a Pokemon game coming out on a main console for the Switch.
Yes, there was that announcement, but it's very much like the Metroid announcement. It's like, hey, there's a Pokemon game coming out for the Switch. We have no more news than that. Okay, thanks, bye. So it seems like, yeah, just Metroid Prime 4 and the new Pokemon game, along with Mario Odyssey, are definitely the main things that, you know, caught my attention at this E3. But the only one that had any information aside from just being announced was Mario Odyssey. Ugh. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that develops.
We will see. I might end up picking up the Pokemon game for the Switch, even though I've only played Pokemon Go and Pokemon Yellow.
I wonder what kind of game it will be.
Will it be your typical Pokemon adventure game with the turn-based battling, or will it be like Pokemon knockoff with Pikachu on the main title?
I hope not. But I mean, whenever I think console Pokemon game, I mean, you have to think back to Colosseum and Gale of Darkness for the GameCube, which still had that role-playing style, but it was more story-based and not so much about the collection and exploration based. So I wonder if they would try and go more for something like that, or if they would literally just do like a whole, you know, new out Pokemon generation on the Switch.
That's a good question. Couldn't tell you. I mean, I believe a joke's already been made about them running out of ideas for Pokemon, seeing as there's like literal ice cream cone as a Pokemon now, so. I couldn't even tell you the name of the Pokemon. I just know there is an ice cream cone for a Pokemon.
I mean, then people will make the argument, well, you know, Pokemon in the original generation weren't that creative either. It's like, but I mean, I'm not so, I'm not really too much into that debate. I just personally have been extremely exhausted of Pokemon. The 4th generation was the last generation that I really enjoyed, but I've been playing it since the very beginning in North America, since Blue. So, I mean, I just can't keep doing the same thing, you know, playing through the game. I mean, I know that the new one didn't have gyms, but it had, you know, the island trials, so it's still fairly similar. But, you know, you start this completely new game, it's like, oh man, you're 10 years old again! Go and collect all the Pokemon again! And it's just like, no, and go beat the Pokemon League again. It's just like, I can't. 4 was the most number of times I can do that. Plus, I mean, I played, you know, the Yellow remake and such, so I've technically done it more than just 4 times, but I just can't do it anymore. I can't. I mean, I played like obviously Red Green remake, I played Gold Silver remake, I played Sapphire remake. Like, I just can't do it anymore.
Are you suggesting the next Pokemon game, instead of being you're a 10-year-old again, it should be you're an adult and you won the lottery, so you decide to quit your job and become a Pokemon master?
See, like that'd be cool, but no, I mean, it's like I'm just so sick of always being put back in the situation where it's like, you know, you're starting your Pokemon journey for the first time. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm just really don't feel like being in that position again where I'm treated like I know nothing about Pokemon and like I've never caught a Pokemon before. And it's just like, ugh.
So Professor Tree greets you and it's like, welcome to the world of Pokemon. You're ready to start on your adventure even though you haven't completed the 4th grade. What's your name again?
I mean, great. It's great to everyone who still enjoys Pokemon, and I mean, I'm sure that the large majority of those people are people who haven't been playing it since the 90s. But yeah, it's just I can't get into it anymore. I just can't again. And now there's so many of them. Because really, the main thing I always enjoyed about Pokemon was the collecting aspect. But to just start from 0 every single time and be expected to collect them all again, it's like it's just not fun. It was fun when it was plausible. Now it's just like ridiculous.
Yeah, in order to, you know, get all the Pokemon in recent games, it's like you have to do multiple game tradings to get certain Pokemon in your save, so you would have had to basically been playing since the beginning. Actually, that's a good question. I guess the goal just to the Pokemon players. Let's just say in the latest generation, which I want to say is the Sun Moon games, if you want, you know, a full Pokemon, all 700 or however many it is again, what's the minimum number of games you would need to trade to?
It's a really good question. Is yeah, like sometimes you would need to trade Pokemon from your older games to your newer games to get some of them, and yeah. But it looks to me like, are you getting pretty close to the end of this level?
Yes, I am. Mount Horu has 8 chambers and a boss chamber that you have to complete before you get to the end chamber that I sequence broke to, and this is currently the 5th chamber. This is actually one of the more difficult chambers because this one is just raw platforming. So, this one can be quite difficult. It is probably, like, if I were to do a deathless run and choose not to sequence break Mount Horu, because let's be real, if I did, I'd sequence break Mount Horu, but if I didn't, this would probably be the most stressful part of the run, this part here. Because, like, the boss, not too stressful, the boss is an instant death, and this is just, you're surrounded by nothing but instant death.
Exactly.
At the end of what would be about, you know, if you were going carefully, 3-hour run. So
there needed to be a suit so that, like, lava wasn't insta-kill.
Yeah, no, it's funny. Sign actually tells you when you enter Mount Horu that few people make it out if you're alive, and it's just like, that feels like it was a message specifically made to people playing the 1 life mode. So, but it's like this area here, you just have to be careful. It's like, yeah, the spikes really hurt, they're not instant death, but these little ball orbs on, I guess, the middle of the sky, they're actually instant death, so. But spikes are not. So, the spikes are 4 damage spikes, but they are not instant death.
Ori is not Mega Man.
Ori is not Mega Man, that's right. Ori does not die in 1 hit to spikes. So, that's one advantage Ori has over Mega Man, so. If you end up with a Rivals of Aether and Super Smash Bros. For Wii U crossover, and now you can do Ori versus Mega Man, just pick a stage with spikes.
Ooh, very nice.
There we go. Yeah, that was another game that, you know, we know is coming. There's going to be a Smash for the Switch, but there's like no information other than, yeah, it'll be a Smash on the Switch. And I think we're all expecting it's going to be, you know, Smash for Wii U, Smash 3DS, basically recomposition.
Exactly. I would definitely agree with that.
It's probably going to be that. I would actually be really surprised if it was brand new Smash Brothers game. So we'll see.
I would hope though that the Switch doesn't just become the dumping ground for like Game of the Year editions. But yeah, I definitely see that as being plausible too.
I mean, there's already, you know, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and whatnot sent, you know, from the Wii U to the Switch, so it's like, how many other games that originally came out on the Wii U are also going to come to the Switch now? So that people actually play them.
Well, it's funny because for a while the thing was to just dump all the Wii U games onto the 3DS. You know, Woolly World and Mario Maker, even though it was ridiculously dumbed down.
Oh, geez, I did not pick up Mario Maker for the 3DS. There's no point. Why would I do that?
We're gonna take like one of the most important parts of the game, sharing your levels online, and take it out for no reason.
I did that chamber already. I'm just to say that was chamber 6, so this should be 7 and 8 that I have to do. All right, chambers. I forgot exactly how they're labeled. I know the speedrunners, I think they label it L123, R1234. We're gonna go to R4 here, which is more of a puzzle one because I know L4 is it's an escape sequence, which will be exciting. There we go. But this one is actually kind of interesting because we have a little bit of a
Didn't we do this one?
Oh, I've already done this one. We've already done this one.
I
never mind.
thought so when you went into the room with the 4 lines in front of it, but I was like, you know, maybe my eyes playing tricks on me, or maybe the quality just prevented me from seeing it correctly.
No, this is actually, here we go. Here's R4. My mistake. That laser hurts. But here we go. Here's this really weird puzzle with the laser in the middle that you have to solve. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I was waiting for this room, as I remember it was definitely one of the most difficult things we had to deal with when we did it last time.
Yeah, when I streamed the game, this was a pretty memorable room, because you have to figure out how do you get through here without instantly dying. So hopefully I can do this pretty quickly, though, because we just have to move this over here, and then the key here is to, let's not bash this. I could bash this, but I'd risk going into the laser. We have to get this onto the platform. There we go. And then we have to get this up. There we go. Here's L4 will save, because in order to get this energy, I haven't seen any other way to do it. You have to bash basically through the lava wave like that.
Nicely done.
And that feels so damn risky to do.
That's actually really well done, though.
So, thanks. You know, it's funny, I've played through Ori probably, as I mentioned, over a dozen times. I think I've only done Mount Horu like 4 times or 5 times, because I've always sequence broken.
Why not, right?
So, there we go. So now we just have to do L4, and then the boss, and then I guess the escape sequence again. So, actually, I don't think I technically need to do the escape sequence to get, I guess, the 100%. So we'll find out. So. Anyway, is this... No, this is L4, okay. Here we go. This would also be kind of nerve-wracking just because it is also surrounded by instant death, but it's... comparatively speaking, I would argue this is not as difficult as L3's platforming was. So, and especially since this is a definitive edition where I can dash. This is going to become an escape sequence, but I can... It's not as threatening because I can dash. Oh, those spikes are instant death. Okay, I was wrong. There are some spikes that are instant death. I guess it's the lava-ish spikes that are instant death, which I actually couldn't tell the difference between the two. Anyway, just because I'm way ahead of it, why is there, you know, escape music playing? It's because there's a giant lava wave coming in.
You're too good at that.
So, it's the dash, I tell ya. Anyway, there's a really stubborn set of things down here to get, and I say that because there's an instant death laser down here that's annoying. So something I haven't mentioned, which you guys might have been like, why are you playing like hot potato at the floor occasionally, Milesluigi? It's because the floor literally hurts you if you stand on it for
Does
too
it
long.
really?
So, yes, it does. So you kind of have to play hot potato with the floor. Damn this laser, I hate this laser. Because not only do you have the floor and the walls to play hot potato with, but you have the instant death laser. Oh, there we go, we did it though. Oh, one more stomp. I went to go scratch my nose. It's like, oh, one more stomp. There we go. Oh, geez, that was close to the laser. Okay, there we go. Almost done with Mount Horu. I just have to go get the save point, the boss, and then yeah, if this gets to 100%, I should have a 100% save file. Let's go find out. So after actually getting through of all of Mount Horu's room, you actually get Mount Horu's save point, which, seeing as all that's left is the boss and the final escape, is actually something I beat the game without knowing there was a save point in here for until I was doing 100% collections. Like, oh, there's a save point in Mount Horu. Ooh, I missed something in this room over here. Okay. All right, we're not quite done yet. Help me up here. Here we go. That's this room over here. Yeah, oh, that's right, because the lava drops, and I guess I didn't go down to the area where the lava drops. There we go. That should take care of that. Let's just check all the other chambers. Not zoom out too far. Is there any glowy orbs anywhere, or did I get everything? I think I got everything. Okay. Okay, since we're nearing the end, and unless I need to do the escape sequence, I don't plan on doing it. Do you have any final thoughts about Ori and the Blind Forest you wish to share, Higsby?
Well, after seeing it multiple times, it definitely looks like a really fantastic game. I think that it, like I've said, it definitely is deserving of a sequel, and I wish it all the best. I hope it's a fantastic game. And yeah, it's really good to see that you can, you know, expect this level of quality from indie studios. Because I think there was a time when people probably associated indie with, you know, lower quality than things that bigger developers can make. But not at all. This game's fantastic, and yeah, wish the sequel all the best.
Oh yeah. Indie games does not necessarily mean Mighty Number 9, okay?
Shut up. Still waiting for those backer rewards, darn it. It's never happening.
Really? Alright, there's 100% in Mount Horu. Let's see, do I have the 100% save marker? Actually, no, I think I actually have to go beat the game, because you're actually supposed to get an image of Ori being like, you beat the game! So I think I need to actually get a you beat the game flag. Okay, I guess I am going to go do the escape then. Alrighty then, we can do that. We could do the escape again.
We can do it one more time.
So yeah, I really do want to emphasize to everyone, if you've watched this playthrough, A, thanks for watching. B, I do have to seriously say, please play this game. It's that great. And now that we know it has a sequel, probably play the sequel when it comes out. It hasn't actually came out, but I trust the studio. It's probably really good.
Let's hope. Too bad not on PS4 though, but oh.
No, it's Win 10 in the Xbox One, so you have to PC Gaming Master Race or have an Xbox, so...
PC it is then.
PC Gaming Master Race.
Alright, Milesluigi, place your bets right now. Ori 2 ends with an escape sequence, yes or no?
Yes. Easily. Easily. Let's say I'll put $10 on it.
Not a serious bet, but I would also think that it will end with an escape sequence.
There we go. Anyway, yeah, the credits have to roll and whatnot, so unless you have something else you wanted to talk about, Higsby, I think I'm just gonna cut till we can see the 100% save file.
Sounds good.
So yeah, after we get a 100% save file, Ori is here, he's like, I am a god. Voila! So, that has been a break sequence, The Blind Ori Forest, edition definitive. Thanks for joining me, Higsby.
Oh, it was fantastic, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yep, and once again, thanks everybody for watching. See you later.